Over the last 3 months or so, the issue of the Eurobond has been in the public domain. During that time, the National Treasury has consistently and comprehensively responded to the issue through the media and posted the relevant documents on its website. Further, the National Treasury has also presented the same information to Parliament. Anybody who is sensible and well-intentioned will be able to see that the claims that are now being made by the former Prime Minister, Hon Raila Odinga, are absolutely false and misleading. As Kenyans will recall, the Director of Public Prosecution directed the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission and the Director of Criminal Investigation to investigate the matter and forward their findings to the DPP's office. These independent institutions have carried out their investigations and forwarded their reports to the DPP. The DPP has summarized the findings of the EACC and DCI as follows. No government official was found culpable. It has also found that it has also recommended that the file be closed, and also recommended that the Auditor General carry out a special audit in ministries, departments, and agencies to verify how the proceeds of the Eurobond were applied. It's also important to note that Parliament has also recommended that the Auditor General carries out a special audit in ministries, departments, agencies, and indeed the Auditor General has commenced the special audit. Despite these processes, Honorable Raila Odinga has persistently been making allegations that the proceeds of the Eurobond were stolen or unaccounted for. However, when asked to provide any evidence which could assist the investigative arms of government, he has failed consistently. In addition, when Honorable Raila Odinga was asked again today in a public forum, he failed to provide any evidence again. It's vital for the Kenyan people to note that Honorable Raila Odinga has relied on outright lies and subversion of the truth for political gain and at the expense of the Kenyan economy. Clearly, these statements are meant to hurt the Kenyan economy through sabotage by keeping away investors. The Kenyan people must hold him to account for lost opportunities now and in the future. For purposes of general public information, I shall again clarify some of the key issues raised in this statement as follows. One is that the allegation that US dollars 99 million, or equivalent to 88.5 billion, is missing. And I would like to respond as follows. The standard procedure for this transaction is for the government to sell the dollars received to CBK, which it retains as its own international reserves, and simultaneously credits the government accounts at the central bank with the equivalent in Kenya shillings. In this particular case, the Kenya shillings equivalent of 88.5 billion or 999 million US dollars was credited in 999 million US dollars was credited in the CBK sovereign bond account number 1000212-764 at the Central Bank of Kenya on 8th September 2014. At the same time, the Central Bank of Kenya international reserves were increased by the equivalent in dollars of 999 million US dollars at the Central Bank of Kenya account held in the Federal Reserve Bank in New York. This clearly demonstrates that there were no funds lost because the CBK forex reserves increased and the government received its money. The SWIFT transfer documents and the bank statements from the JP Morgan Chase Bank and Citibank relating to these transactions were shared with Parliament, Auditor General, investigators, and the media, as well as posted in the National Treasury website, and no information was redacted. As indicated earlier, it is evident to well-meaning Kenyans that the money was received at the central bank. The other issue that was raised by the former Prime Minister was the claim that there was a mystery of 7 letters purporting to direct the Central Bank of Kenya to make non-existent transfers to the consolidated bank. I want to respond as follows. First, it is ridiculous to purport that the letters referred to above are not authentic and that the transfer instructions are not genuine. These were the transfer instructions to the Central Bank of Kenya to move the funds from the sovereign bond account to the national exchequer account. We have shared the letters that transferred these funds to the national exchequer account with the Auditor General, the Controller of Budget, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, and the Director of Criminal Investigation, who have confirmed that the funds were received into the national exchequer account from the sovereign bond account at the Central Bank of Kenya, from where the Controller of Budget authorized the withdrawals. We also have posted them onto the National Treasury website for general public consumption. I would also wish to emphasize that all proceeds of the Eurobond were received and properly accounted for. The National Treasury respects the rule of law and has complied fully with the provisions of the Constitution and the Public Financial Management Act of 2012 during the Eurobond transaction. So in conclusion, I want to say that there is nothing new that the Honorable Raila Odinga has said today. All the information is already in the public domain. Indeed, the officers mentioned were in the course of ordinary government business, and he has presented no evidence of misconduct on their part. He is engaged in malicious destruction of the reputations of the public officers. Equally, in this day and age, it is shameful that someone can cast aspersion on independent, reputable, and highly regulated institutions such as the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, the JP Morgan Chase Bank in New York, the Citibank also in New York, without a shred of evidence. And I would like to also say that much as the intent of the former Prime Minister is to sabotage the economy, which is clearly been demonstrated over the recent past, we are very confident that investors are still very confident about the Kenyan economy. It's almost impossible to believe that such a huge amount of money, which is being called that it should be named a national disaster, which is really ridiculous, that such a huge amount of money can be laundered in this day and age. And we don't believe the person saying this can be of the stature of the former Prime Minister. We believe that investors are very aware of this, and we don't see any major, impact on our economy, especially the confidence of international investors on our economy, because the allegations obviously do not make sense at all. We will be providing more detailed response in the course of the coming days from tomorrow to demonstrate to Kenyans that these persistent lies are just lies, and we will provide accurate information wherever Kenyans need more information on this transaction. We are always ready. We have been ready. We have provided this information more transparently, and we have nothing to hide in Treasury. I'm even very glad that the information they are using is our information that we have put in the website. The unfortunate thing is they're misinterpreting the information, and we are ready to clarify for them wherever they don't understand the information that we have provided. Thank you very much, and we will provide you more updates going forward. Thank you.